Long gone sailing daily rhyme. Please stick to the daily and the grind. You're to shout out, Macy Gray. Welcome to the Daily Grind, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday morning. Hump Day. If you're joining us for the first time, you know we run free ride on Wednesdays. I've got the $2 of the $2 Sports Show. Buckets and Uncle Buck. How are you guys?
What up? Good. I'm off work today. I'm headed to vacation as soon as I close this here laptop.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I guess.
Jeez.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I want to do that. Instead,
I'm on call at all times, but
Nah.
I can leave.
Same, but not till 6 a.m. like you are. I got to go fill in a clinic today, so I will be on the ground. That's why I'm already in my Sunday best here, ready to go as soon as we're done.
That's your best?
Yeah.
Ooh,
This is as good as it gets.
Uncalled for.
This is what I have to deal with, guys. This is what I have to deal with.
I
It's
feel
Wednesday.
frisky.
You're feeling frisky. With your did
Yeah.
you say dad, rad dad, or dad rad?
Rad Dad.
I
It was
think
a
it'd be
gift.
really funny if you just had a hat that said dad. Like just
Yeah.
dad twice, just to really
Dad,
confuse
dad.
people. We're already off topic. Welcome back. Okay, we're going to talk about Summer League, guys, because that's what we got. We have 2 games in the books for Summer League, Salt Lake City Summer League, the California Summer Leagues. It's happening, I think. I get really confused about that one.
Somebody's playing the Red Republic of China as well.
Yes.
They're somewhere.
I think they're in the California League because they're farther west.
Okay.
If you go that way, technically. I was disappointed. Not disappointed. I was a little worried that last night's game was going to be a tough watch.
Oh, yeah.
When I was like, wait, who's not playing?
Yeah.
Oh no, I almost turned the game off after the first quarter. I just didn't see we were down by, I think it was 37-18 or something after the
You
first
gave up
quarter.
Yeah, it was bad.
31 point first quarter, and Jared McCain was cooking. Every shot they were throwing up was falling, and Jalen Wells started off rough last night before quite the bounce back, as it were.
Man, for a summer league game, I'm glad I didn't change it, because if you watch the whole thing, it's you really get to, it's what summer league's about. Watching what Jalen Wells did yesterday as a whole, and honestly, through 2 games at summer league as a whole, is just a great example of what summer league basketball is about. You got a guy who really wasn't great in the first game. You go ahead, and then what were you gonna say?
I was going to echo what you're saying. Like, he wasn't good in the first game. He started off bad in this game, but he just kept plugging away and kept shooting and kept being in big moments. And he got 6 rebounds again yesterday. And he was absolute clamps on defense last night, especially in the second half. Like, that third quarter when they only scored 16 points, Jalen Wells proved okay, I'm having an off night shooting again, but I'm gonna put the clamps on their best scorers, and showed what he can do. And Drew texted me last night and said, "Is it too early to panic on Jalen Wells?" And I said, "Yes." And then as soon as he hit that game winner, I said, "Yep," again.
Yeah. So the thing is summer league. I've always thought that summer league is only alarming if you suck. Like, you could be great. Like, Zach Edey was great, but that doesn't necessarily mean that come October he's going to be great against the Mitchell Robinsons of the world, the Joel Embiid. It doesn't necessarily indicate greatness, but if you suck, that's alarming, because you're playing against other people who are just trying to make rosters, rookies. And Monday night was just not good. He was bad. I mean, just flat bad. Now, given it's his first ever game NBA adjacent, so I'm okay with giving it a pass. But then he kind of started off really bad against Philly last night, and then our TikTok queen, or what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Oh, Jared McCain.
Jared McCain. You compare it to Jared McCain, or even the guys on our own team like Cam Spencer, who have been amazing. At different intervals of amazing. And so I was like, I don't know, but he came around. Yeah, give credit to him. He kept his head down. He kept working. he ended up with, like Rusty said, his stat line 27.6 rebounds, 3 assists. He was inefficient from the field, 9 of 23 from the field, but and 3 of 7 from 3. But that recovering from a bad start. So I mean, really good number, a good percentage to end that. So yeah, I was really encouraged, and my boy Cam Spencer was amazing again.
Yeah, well, yeah. Will's defense has Rusty said his defense, like that's what I've been impressed with. Like, most guys when they're not having it offensively, they tend to just, and as a rookie, you could just not give it a crap defensively if you're shooting that bad, and he didn't.
And what I said on our $2 show recorded on yesterday, recorded on Tuesday for Friday's show, because as I stated, I'm going on vacation, so y'all tune in, but we're just a touch behind. We're going to a cabin on Smith Lake in Alabama.
Cool. So, I'll text you for the address later.
Yeah. Please
share your location.
Anybody's welcome. Yeah. And so as I was saying on our show yesterday, it's like, it's encouraging to me because he kind of had the knack of how hard does he work? You know, he had very few steals, he had very few rebounds, he had very few deflections as a 6'7" wing player at Washington State. But I noticed even on his bad shots that he missed, which was most of them on Monday, he was following them and almost offensive rebounding every single 3 he had. So it's like the hustle's there, and that really came through last night.
Well, 4 of his 6 rebounds last night were offensive rebounds and absolutely getting after you on the boards. And I'll tell myself a little bit. I was talking with a friend of mine, Micah, yesterday via text, and he said, "What do you think about Jalen Wells?" And I was like, "Oh, he's got all the measurables. Like the talent is there. He just needs to work on his shot. It'll fall. He'll get confident again." And I said, "Oh no, did we draft Zaire again?" Like I was like having these PTSD flashbacks, and last night proved that was not the case, right? Because like the shot started falling, and again he didn't check out as much, like Zaire has in games or other people would. I mean, when I'm having a bad day, things aren't going my way, I'll check out. But instead, he, like Luke said, he leaned in defensively, cleaned the glass, and did the little things well to complement another big game from Cam Spencer, 3 of 7 from 3. Trey Jemison looked good with 11 rebounds last night. Like for a game that really, like when they announced who, like Luke said, who wasn't playing last night, I was just kind of like, meh. But it was good to see what we saw from that group and seeing just some fight. Cam Spencer, when he crossed, I forget who it was, but he crossed up somebody and cleared some space in the corner, knocked that 3 down, and stared at him as he went by. I was like, we've got some dogs, man.
That guy. It's a good. Let's pivot to him because I love Cam Spencer. I love I love him. And he was one of those guys that, like, you knew him at UConn. Like I remember seeing him on the UConn team, and it was like, oh, this kid's good, but I just never. He was buried. It was so buried behind so many other things on that team. He just didn't get a lot of focus on him.
Right.
But I don't know what's not to like about this kid. I mean, he's the energy that he plays with is absurd for someone who. I should have shaved this morning and you would have been like, Cam, like, like it's just,
I know, right? I was going to make that comment.
He is so generic white looking. And I love it. But it's like, if I'm Luke Kennard, I'm sweating because 2 nights in a row, you could have copy and pasted Cam Spencer's stat line and it might even be better than what Luke normally did.
It is because he actually is playing defense. He's clamping down guys. He was on Jared McCain last night, slowed him down in the second half. I mean, we were this close to a NPC, if you're a fan of video games, having a triple-double last night. I mean, he had 8 assists and 7 rebounds. Like, we were this close to the NPC. And, I mean, just like straight up, just like player number 16 on the end of the bench, right? But, I mean, 18, 8, and 7, that's a hell of a stat line. And if he, especially to be 6'4" and not the biggest, thickest guy, like – just that dog mentality. Like you said, Luke, what is there not to like about this guy?
Yeah, he really comes through on television, because I was watching as just a unbiased observer for UConn games, and he pops just because, and Rusty knows this, and I don't know if you remember, one of my favorite basketball players of all time is Marshall Henderson, who played at Ole Miss, and he was just the biggest, arrogant, 3-point shooting showboat. Now, Cam Spencer's not arrogant, but he is I love a dude who just, you can see it on the screen how much they care and how much tenacity that they are. And it's not, he's not like the guy that's trying to show up the other team. It's all infectious, just exuding from him, just his excitement to play. and his excitement for the team. You know, he was on the bench when Edie put back that tap back. And I was telling Rusty on our show, the first thing I noticed was everybody was still in their seat, and Cam Spencer is knees to chest, hands in the air, you know, fist pumping while everybody's still in their seats. And then he's on the wing last night when Jalen Wells gets the rebound and floats it back up to win it. And he's the first one just dogpiling him. And I'm just, that's the kind of guy. I mean, we're talking about the end of the bench here right now. As it stands, we're talking, he's a two-way player, but he's going to get a lot of time. He's going to be like the 12th to 15th guy that gets in the game. And that is the perfect candidate for a 12th to 15th guy right now. Now, he's got what it takes to move up that list. But right now, I can't think of a better guy I'd want on the bench.
And to make a Grizz kind of comparison, I made this, I think, on our show not all that long ago, like two different styles of play, but he's a change of pace guy that's like when JaMychal Green used to come in the game for Azebo or Marc Gasol, more athletic, run the floor. Again, different style, but just a change of pace from what we have, because he's going to get in, he's going to put the clamps, he's going to hit those threes that Ja Maynard can hit right now and be more of a facilitator. And so he's a great guy that can kind of be that energy spark like Drew was saying.
Yeah, I think excellent points. I think one thing you kind of touched on, Uncle Buck, is the energy he brings. It's like he doesn't take a single of this for granted. And I know he had some really strange medical hip injury, like some kind of degenerative bone thing in his hip that I don't know the specifics. Rusty probably knows more than me. That's the kind of stuff that can really change the life of an athlete, especially when you're growing and you have like a major hip.
Bo Jackson.
Yes. Boom. Ding, ding, ding. And it's really great to see him play that way, you know, like, because he's 6'4", like you said, he plays like every basketball game is the last basketball game he's ever going to play. And it's really refreshing to watch.
Right. It is. And to watch him coach up guys, like it came out yesterday that Edie in his post game said, you know, before that free throw, Cam walks over to me and is like, "Hey man, we don't have time. We need a tip. You can't grab it. We need a tip." And he was like, "I hadn't even thought of that." And for him to come and tell me that, it was just like, "Oh yeah." And then I tipped it into, you know, to force overtime. But just like he's already got that coach mentality too, and just that you combine that with some energy. And Cam Spencer, he's a winner. And we've got so far, looks like we've got two, maybe three if Jalen can continue to develop. But we've got two guys that have that mentality of like Edie is famous for saying, "We're just fucking winners," and I'll give me a team full of those dudes.
Yeah.
With Wayno said this, and I just want to point this out because we're TJ McConnell fans.
Yeah, we are.
We're three wide with white dudes who like to shoot.
Yep, our game, baby. Our game.
If Cam Spencer is TJ McConnell with a better three, then he's an all-star. I mean, that's just what an all-star is.
Yeah.
TJ McConnell was starting in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't know what we're doing here.
So,
if you're Luke Kennard too, man, you're sitting there like you still have not inked a new deal, and a lot of other free agents have people that names that we read on the show that I didn't even know were players in the league that were signing contracts that don't offer much of anything, whereas Luke offers 50% from three. Cam Spencer looks like he's breathing down his neck, and he took 5 threes in the first game, 7 last night. Like, if he's gonna keep playing like this and keep in the shot's gonna keep falling. I mean, let's say it's the 12th, the 15th guy on the bench, but like, if you're climbing, you got to be like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, maybe. You know, I think Common's like, okay. You know, if I'm climbing, I'm still on board. Like, just sign Luke Kennard. We're up against the cap anyways. You know, try to do something to. I mean, anything, even if you're giving up a pick to get off some salary to sign Kennard, because Cam Spencer, you just in the NBA, you do not just give away shooting. I'm sorry, you don't give away the best 3-point shooter in the NBA. So do something. Attach a first to somebody to maybe get a piece, but just take some dead weight. You know, please take Zaire Williams and take John Conchar. Here's a first-round pick that'll probably be in the late 20s, and sign Luke Kennard. I genuinely think that's just what we've got to do.
Again, like I agree. Like, you can't give away shooting, especially in on a team that's so bad in half court shooting. Like, we need all the half court shooting we can get. Yes, we may have a cheaper Luke Kennard here in Cam Spencer and all that, but at the same time, you have Luke Kennard, and when he's healthy, he has led the NBA in 3-point shooting the last 3 years. Last year he didn't. Grayson Allen beat him out by just a few percentage points because he got hurt down the stretch and didn't play as well. But the guy on 7.5 threes a game can fill it up. So, like, don't give away shooting.
I'm with you, Buckets.
My dog agrees with you too. Shut up.
Yeah. I'm glad Spot agrees with us. Yeah. My wife rarely agrees with me, but Luke's dog does.
His name's Mr. Noodle for people at home, and he also loves dirty white people that shoot threes. So the Grizzlies, you were talking about the cap situation. The Grizzlies are not hard capped. They're one of the few teams that I believe aren't hard capped, which I was very happy to see. Is it half the league that's hard capped right now? It seems like it's a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't understand what
it looks
that
like
means.
the second apron. I don't either. The apron has got everybody scared. Like I'm just like, oh my God.
Because if you start getting that second apron, like there's certain, you can't make trades, you can't use certain exemptions, you can't use like player exemptions, there's certain like mid-levels that you can't use. And so it gets fairly muddy once you get to the second. I know just enough about it to be dangerous. Like being in the first apron's not that bad. It's some tax penalties and some stuff. But you start getting that second apron and you start getting really up into that third apron. Like there are some teams like the Charlotte Hornets are a team that's in danger of being in the third for whatever reason. I'm such a bad team. But like it can really mean that there's that you can't sign free agents. You can't use player exemptions. There's things that you can't do.
Yeah. So, I mean, that obviously hampers all flexibility. So I'm with you.
For like half the league.
From what I'm hearing, the second apron is a no-go for almost every single team. Like it's just something that you can't. It'll set your franchise back. It's the absolute all-in move, because you give yourself no flexibility going forward. You're potentially giving up second-round picks. I mean, it's awful. And the Grizzlies will not go into the second apron. Are we currently in the first apron? We are a luxury tax team right now, are we not?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me look really quick. We are 20th in cap space right now, heading into the next season with 11th in total cap allocations.
11th. Okay. Well, so I know we kind of spun off on a Luke Kennard open roster spot situation, and so that's what I would do.
It's important.
I just signed Luke Kennard. Yeah.
End of conversation. Sign Luke Kennard.
Sign Luke Kennard. You know what's better than one white guy that can shoot really good threes? Maybe two. Like he's on a two-way contract. You signed him to a two-way contract. That's the thing.
And we don't have to be in a hurry.
Situation. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You can just let him shoot threes. Let him just shoot better.
That's it. And fill in our backup point guard with two-way guys and let them roll, right? Because Scotty's efficient to get to the rim. Cam can shoot. And then sign Luke Kennard also, by the way.
By the way, well said. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we get back, we are going to do a little bit of drafting because it's Wednesday, and that means draft day, not the movie draft day, not the movie. Right after this,
I think people knew, at least towards the end of the year, and he mentioned his mom being sick and battling throat cancer, I think it was, and different things, but like, he really opened up about it. I don't know that anybody knew about his mom having a stroke mid-season, leaves a shoot around, goes home to find his mom on the floor, and then had to basically leave her to still go coach a game.
It's crazy.
Like I can't, it puts things into perspective. It's just like some things are more important than basketball. And so, to your point of him being distracted or focused on taking care of or the health of his mother, like totally understandable. So no wonder a part of him probably feels personally attacked. I think if that had been out, and I'm not saying he should have put that out, like totally his family,
absolutely not.
Privacy, whatever. I'm just saying, had it been out and people known that, I think he would have been given a lot more slack for what had occurred during the season.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I don't know that there's been a more polarizing prospect in recent memory than Edey. I mean, everyone just had wild opinions on him. You find guys, people whose opinion I really respect in the draft community, who had Zach Edey number 1. You'll also find people whose opinion I really respect who had Zach Edey in the 20s or 30s. So he was all over the place. I settled with him as a top 10 guy in this class. And, you know, I've told a couple people I kind of want to edit my draft board now and put him like top 3 because I just think the Grizzlies are a perfect fit for him. Like, this makes so much sense. And I think the more you think about it and the more you look at what he does well and what he brings, it's perfect, man. It really is a perfect fit.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind. If you could have seen the bowel movement my dog just had, you would have understood why I was barking. I'm surprised. I was like, dear God, man, you just got to learn to speak English. Let me know, dude. I'm sorry. But you can catch that show, the Anthony Sane Show. You can catch the $2 Sports Show. You can catch Night Court. You can catch Grizz 901's off for a minute. No Bluff. And we got a lot of content over at bluffcitymedia.co. Our show is Monday through Friday, 7:30. Tomorrow we're going to have Ryan Meadows. We're going to just sum up some Summer League stuff. Friday, I'm hoping to have one of my weird friends on. We can look forward to that. And then next week is going to be Twisto Week. Twisto Week. It's like Shark Week, but with tornadoes, which is something that should happen if we haven't capitalized on that yet.
Absolutely.
But back to our show. On Wednesdays, we draft stuff. Baby, it's draft day. Not the movie, not the Kevin Costner movie that's questionable about the Cleveland Browns front office that someone thought needed to be made. We're drafting stuff. And I'm going to give the $2 complete credit. I walked in here with some half crackpot idea about drafting players, and they gave me a movie idea. I don't want to spoil what you guys are doing for your show, but people always talk about sequels. Sequels are really popular, and I get it. Twisters is coming out. That they just added an S to the first one and made it a sequel. It's pretty smart. You know what's even better than sequels? Sometimes
Threequels.
you know, trilogies, movie trilogies, like Return of the Jedi, like the Star Wars trilogy. It's on my bookshelf. One of my prized possession is one of the original VHS copies of Star Wars before he added all that crap before he lost his mind and went back and started adding crap. Like trilogies are cool. It's fun. Lord of the Rings. There's so many good ones. And so with that, and the movies are cool, we're just going to draft our favorite movie trilogies. There's not going to be no filters. No, you don't have to do like all this stuff where you got to have a comedy and a drama and a blah, blah, blah. I just want to curious about our taste. I think that our barbecue plans, and Uncle Buck, everyone that I talked to said that you had the best one. Everybody. I was like, I
could have told you that, but I'm going to tell you that immediately.
I knew immediately too, but I tried to lie. I was like, well, okay, well, I guess maybe people like bomb pops. I was wrong. But trilogies. We're going to do trilogies. Who wants to go pick 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Two.
All right, so you'll go first.
Silent lap. Always go number 3. Yeah. And I don't mind to spoil the. We'll let everybody know. Yeah. So we're going to draft in honor of the Gladiator 2 trailer coming out yesterday. We did do our favorite sequels on the $2 Sports Show. You can catch that on Friday at 3 o'clock on Bluff City Media YouTube.
I can't wait for Gladiator 2. I can't wait.
I know it's going to be so amazing.
It's going to be so good.
So I'm going to just take the obvious 101. It's one that I took in our draft. I took it first, but the Avengers trilogy is
okay. So you're taking,
yeah.
You're taking
and
Infinity
if you want to, are we taking all 3, or are we taking just the third?
Take the third, but that's a good choice though. Infinity War is awesome.
Infinity War, yeah.
I watched it the other day and forgot how damn good it was. I think people don't rewatch it because it's sad, but it's incredible.
It ends badly, yeah.
But
But if you just treat Infinity War and Endgame as one 6-hour movie, I mean, just
that's a good answer. I didn't even, because it's basically one movie. I respect
right. So so I'll do Infinity War, the Marvel Avengers third movie in the, I guess.
Okay.
What's a trilogy with 4 movies? Quadrilogy.
Quadrilateral.
Quadrilogy.
It's not a that sounds right. Quadrilogy.
No.
All right. So we got Avengers. Now you go, Rusty.
So I took like an entire trilogy. It's just like a whole, and one of my all-time.
Is that better?
Break the rules. Why don't you?
No, let's just do that. That's better. That's
okay. Good. I got Avengers.
You take Avengers.
So one of my all-time like top probably 5 or 6 movies is Back to the Future, and give me the trilogy. The third one was great, but the first 2 were awesome. The original was so good. The second one was good, and then they
I love the second one.
But since they did a trilogy, I'm getting Back to the Future because I freaking love Marty McFly. That first movie's so good.
I think
Doc Brown.
Doc
Brown is like the best supporting character of all time.
Absolutely.
We gotta go back, Marty.
Ronald Reagan.
Whoa,
the actor.
It's the actor. The problem with that trilogy is they didn't know when you saw it in the movie theaters. I don't think people knew they were making a third one, so it just ends. Like, because
they shouldn't have. Because the third one's not great. It's not. But the first 2 were amazing.
Awesome. I'm gonna go Godfather. I feel like
obvious choice.
I just got taught. I love Star Wars. That's probably my personal favorite. But Godfather 1 and 2. 2 of the best movies ever. And Godfather 3, he pulls him back in, and it's fine. I love old Al Pacino senile, so give me more of that.
Yeah.
And then I pick again. Oh, I can pick Star Wars. Ha! I'll take Godfather and Star Wars. I think I just won.
Listen, you took 2 crowd pleasers and 2 series. No, I don't know that I've seen all of any of them. Like,
oh man,
that's like 9 movies there that I don't know that I've seen.
Yeah. Jeez. I know. I'm sorry, Luke. This is why we don't take him out in public.
Fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rusty.
Turn.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
I'm talking about Godfather. I've seen the original 3 Star Wars. I have seen those. I've at least seen
the 3 I'm talking
3.
about. Those are the 3 I'm talking about.
Then it gets weird. When what was it? Jar Jar Binks comes in, it gets weird. I'm all out on that.
Hey, we got through it. We got through it.
We did. All right, so it's back to me. And I did not see this happening. I am a lucky man today because I did not see this falling to me. But give me the Dark Knight trilogy, man. Like the Christian Bale Batman is so good. Like I never thought it would come back to me. But give me Dark Knight. He was such a good Batman. Bane is incredible. Yes, love those movies, man.
I don't know what the hell Tom Hardy was doing. It sounds like he had a solo company with a talker, and I love it. I love it.
It was so good. It was so good.
Because he's the biggest man I've ever seen.
Yeah. 4th of July was just, 6 days ago. And how quickly we forget about the greatest American that's ever lived. A man who single-handedly, with his left fist, defeated communism.
Oh,
I'm thinking Rocky.
Yeah.
I mean, the Iron Jaw, the Italian Stallion, Philly's own, Rocky Balboa should not have fallen all the way to me. But I'll take it.
And here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna exclude Rocky 5 and 6 because I should have made them. I'm gonna take out
6. Actually,
it's okay, but if you gotta pick 3, I'm gonna take out. Can I take out 3? Can I give you 1, 2, and 4?
3 is Mr. T, right?
Yeah, do you like? I like, but it's dry. We'll just take the first 4. I'll give you all 4. Nah, you can't pick from Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky 4 is by far the best.
Yeah, he beats communism
because he defeats communism.
Yeah.
And just a quick plug. There's a documentary on. Let me tell you about Red China. For a second.
Cut the mic.
There is a documentary on Sylvester Stallone on Netflix called Sly. And
hell yeah!
Just watch it. Yeah, it's great. It's basically he's just packing up his house and going through all of his relics that he's kept from different movies, from Rambo, from Rocky, and just telling stories. It's great. Yeah. So
I'm not good with impressions.
You got last one, Uncle Buck.
Yeah. So trilogies. That's what's throwing me off. I will take National Lampoons, and I'm gonna take them all. But I really just want Christmas Vacation, and I'm
Christmas European and Family are awesome.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The vacation movies, like I don't need Animal House, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm really reeling. I'm still kind of tilting over Rusty sniping that from me in our draft. Not to spoil
Absolutely.
anything else, but like
Mhm.
I was
Just
really
know.
upset that he
Just
took
know.
that from me. So I'm like, I'm getting it. I'm getting it this time. It's the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Yeah.
No question.
You know, this could not have gone better for me for the three movies that I wanted.
Oh wait, it's Luke's turn.
No, it's not.
I'm in the
I
middle.
pick less.
Uh-huh.
But you need to pick two now, right? How many do you have?
No,
I've
he's
got
just
I've got
one.
two. I've got Back to the Future. I've got the Dark Knight trilogy, and I've got the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. Like the
That's
first
good.
three movies, man. Come on, like this could not have gone better. I was between it and one other, Luke. I'm hoping I'm stealing your thunder. Mighty Ducks was also right there for me, but I'm taking Pirates of the Caribbean because I love Jack Sparrow.
Jack
Yeah,
Sparrow's
that's a good
awesome.
one.
Davy Jones is great too. Tentacle Beard.
Oh,
Give
he
me
was
that.
so good. Yeah,
Good.
it was so good.
Wait, so do you have all five of yours, Uncle Buck?
No, I'll have one more.
I
that
can't
comes
count.
back around.
Oh, I thought we were doing that was my bad. I thought we were
wait.
doing three.
No, we are. We're gonna keep going. I don't know how to count. It's my turn now. I'm going to do. I saw Wayno. Shout out Wayno in this Mission Impossible, the first three, because and the other ones are good too. But like, I love the first two. Mission Impossible 3 with Philip Seymour Hoffman is terrifying. It looks like Tom Cruise looks like he's actually scared, and it's really really effective.
Wow.
And Tom Cruise is going to die doing the stunts in those movies. So give me that. Yeah. And then I got one more. Oh God. Oh geez. Oh, Toy Story. I'm going to go animated because Toy Story 3 left me a blubbering pile of tears in the theater.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's solid choice. Solid choice.
So Bucket, you got your last one.
Yeah, I said Mighty Ducks. I'm actually going to go a different direction. I'm going to go Scream. Give me the Scream trilogy. Love those movies. Maggie and I are big fans of both those movies. She likes those movies. We were talking about them the other night. It's got it on my brain. Give me the Scream slasher movies. Those were good.
Those are good.
Yeah. So I guess I'll end it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So I get whatever I want. So I'm between two, and they're two totally different franchises. But because oh dang it, I was going to take Alvin and the
Spoilers.
I'm going to go with Shrek.
Oh, what a good call! I didn't even think about Shrek.
They're making number 5.
Yeah,
no.
so it's a quadrilogy, I guess is what we decided. We're calling
we decided.
And so Shrek is a staple in our household right now because we have a 2-year-old who only wants to watch, Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, the animated movies. And so we can go put those on. We've run through all of them. Like we've done Moana, we've done everything. But right now it's Shrek. And to put a movie on for my children in which I get to listen to just dialogue from Eddie Murphy and Mike Myers is just like, it's for me too. Like it's not just for kids. It's for me.
It's like the best Mike Myers. And that's Goldmember's a good trilogy too. Austin Powers, but like Mike Myers is great.
What do we think of that? Yeah.
And also Eddie Murphy voicing the talking donkey is the single most funniest thing that anyone has ever come up with. It's just so good. Like it's I'm a walking talking donkky.
That's it. And in the morning, I'm making waffles.
It's so good.
That's a nice boulder.
So good. Yeah. Shout out Eddie if you're watching the show.
Eddie Murphy's making a return back to stardom here. I saw they got another Beverly Hills Cop that just come out.
It had Coming to America came out again. They came out with the second one a few years ago. He's on the rise.
As long as he doesn't slap Chris Rock, he's going to be fine. That's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Uncle Buck. Thank you, Rusty. You can catch your show, the 2 Bucks Sports Show. It'll drop on Friday. I will be back tomorrow and Friday. Everybody else have a good week. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember 2 things. If I can leave you with anything today, remember to be just a little weird and remember to smile. Bye, everybody.